What's up, everybody? I'm David Haynes. Welcome to episode number 313 of the A2D from Addict to Disciple podcast. If you enjoy this podcast, please like, subscribe, follow, and share the link with your friends. If you'd like to get our curriculum, you can get the paperback or ebook of From Ashes to Destiny on Amazon. Today's episode number 313 is entitled Stay Safe and Stay Resilient. And this podcast was the result of a conversation with a listener who said, David, I can tell as I've listened to your podcast and getting to know you that you've got a lot of depth behind some of the things you say. So, what do you actually mean when you say stay safe and stay resilient at the end of all your podcasts? So, in response to that, here comes today's episode. And it is about stay safe and stay resilient and what I mean. When I say that at the end of every podcast, I'm really saying this can be your formula for strength and recovery. Stay safe and stay resilient. This can be how you walk for the rest of your life. This can be your new bumper sticker, your new post-it note, your new motivational reminder, whatever you want. So let's look at that phrase. The first being stay safe. And for this, tying it into recovery, I want to say stay safe with people, stay safe in the places you're at, and stay safe with the things that you're involved in. So this would mean if you find people, places, and things where you're safe, they're places where you're comfortable or you're at peace. You feel supported by the people, the environment, what have you. You're not stressed. You're not in a situation where your past is being shoved in your face, or there's people judging you, or they're waiting for you to fail again so they can say, I told you so, I told you you wouldn't make it. It can be a safe space is a place where you don't really have anything to prove. You can just be yourself. You feel you belong and you're accepted. Safe people, places, and things are always there for you. And they're going to be there for you no matter what you're going through, no matter how you're feeling, no matter what just happened. So I want to encourage you, use wisdom. Because if you think of people, places, and things this way, these would be the people who are your support group, who got your back, who are family. These would be the places that feel like home, that you can relax, that reassure you it's going to be a good day and that life is good. These are the things that should bring you joy, a sense of worth, a sense of purpose, self-respect, self-liking, contentment. So these three aspects behind your support system really define the people, places, and things where you are safe. That should be huge as you're developing your support system. And maybe I've just blown up your idea of what a support system is, but I hope in a good way. And when you recognize these aspects, when you recognize this safety in people, places, and things, what do you do? Well, I want to give you a 4C, so to speak, action plan to build this support system to be safe. First, connected. Get connected. Intentionally get involved. Show up. Take the first step. Don't wait to be invited. So the first thing when you see safe people, places, or things is get connected. The second C is committed. Be committed. Wholeheartedly participate. Don't just be an observer. Dig in and dig deep. Put down roots so that you belong. The next one would be conjoin. And if you think of like conjoined twins, I'm encouraging you when you find these safe situations, become one with them. Meet, touch, overlap, unite, get immersed so that you and the safety become one. And the fourth C is to be conspicuous. And by that I mean stand out, be clearly visible, don't stay in the shadows. Find your niche to excel and get involved and lead. Invite others to share in what you've found and what you've learned and how you've grown. So don't stay in the shadows. Get out there and be conspicuous about this safety that you found. And there's an old anonymous quote that says, safety comes by choice, not by chance. So when I say stay safe, I'm meaning choose to stay safe. The second aspect is stay resilient. And resilient means you bounce back. Your success or failure in the moment doesn't define you. You return to your normal state. You don't get stuck in the mud. You find your good spirits coming back quickly after a difficult situation or a disappointment or a setback. So the first aspect of being resilient is to bounce back. And I think of the lyric from Frank Sinatra's song, That's Life, which says, each time I find myself flat on my face, I pick myself up and get back in the race. So that first aspect, when I say stay resilient, is to bounce back. The second aspect is to be elastic. Something that's resilient is elastic. It may get pulled, tugged, twisted, stretched in the moment, but it stretches and doesn't break. And as soon as the tension of the moment that's been tugging at it fades, it springs back to its former shape. It doesn't get stretched out in the first tug and then never get back to its normal shape. That's the second aspect of being resilient, not just bouncing back, but being elastic at all times. The third aspect of being resilient is to be fluid. If you think about it, you need to go with the flow lots of times. You need to adapt to changes in surrounding conditions. And by being fluid, I'm saying picture a fluid, picture water. It flows wherever it is the path of least resistance. Pour it in a cup, it takes that shape. Pour it in a bottle, it takes that shape. So can we be fluid that way, where we're so adaptable to our surroundings and so fluid, so liquid-like, that we can take the shape of where we're at rather than feel that we don't fit in? And the fourth aspect of being resilient for me is to be flexible. And by flexible, bend easily without breaking. I think of people touching their toes. Can you bend to that point to touch your toes? Can you easily change or modify to respond to altered circumstances or conditions? Flexible people who go with the flow, who may get pulled and tugged, who may have all this stuff going on, find themselves that they don't break either. They realize that this has come to pass. This has not come for me to hold on to and have it break me, but I can let it pass, let it float downstream. If your support system that you've developed as the safe aspect are also involved in keeping you resilient, they would help you focus on the positive. They would help you practice self-care. You'd learn from them how to process things, how to talk through reactions and options, how to make consistently good decisions, how to focus on what you can control not the things you can't control. How to course correct before you crash. How to set realistic goals and action plans that are attainable and not rigid. So this is how I see staying safe and staying resilient fit together like a hand in a glove and become our strength in recovery. And I'd like to close with a quote by Elizabeth Edwards, an American author and the wife of a politician, who said, "Resilience is accepting your new reality, even if it's less good than the one you had before. You can fight it. You can do nothing but scream about what you've lost, or you can accept that and try to put together something that's good." Can that be you? When I say stay safe and stay resilient, can you be ready to accept your situation, your circumstances, and try to put together something that's good? Thanks for listening to this episode of the A to D from Addict to Disciple podcast. If you'd like to get in touch with me, you can send me a message on this link or by email at davidfroma2d@gmail.com, or go to my website, www.froma2d.org, and click on the contact page. Keep listening to future podcast episodes, and as always, stay safe and stay resilient.